Hello, this is Steve, Dichroic Glass Man, and now my latest channel, StainedGlassManUS. We've taken this panel all the way now down to the end, and where we're at now is we're going to polish it. This is a panel that features dichroic glass elements that I make. And what I'm going to do is show you, again, it's important to have a towel or carpet padding underneath your towel, ideally, so that you can pad your window because of these raised glass elements here, that if you were polishing your window on a flat surface and you had this panel turned upside down, you could literally break your panel. What I use is whiting compound. It's a very fine talc. I mean, this is finer than flour. And what I do is put a little bit on my window. The lead people use this all the time. This is how they clean their windows, but I've never met anybody in copper foil that does this. These are my brushes. I like these brushes. These real hair. Got some synthetic. They work. They're fine. These synthetics. I prefer the real ones. And what I'm going to do, I like these. This one's got a synthetic handle to it, but real fibers. And what I'm going to do, hold the camera again with my left hand, and I'm going to show you what I do. This window is full of polish, Chem Pro type polish or Clarity. You've seen these before. The polishes, and when it dries, it is polish. So what you do is push this powder around everywhere. It seems kind of weird. Why am I putting powder on polish? Because this fine little talc microscopically is acting like an abrasive, and you'll see some magic occur. The talc helps get out. See, on the back of copper foil you have a black, I only use black back copper foil, and you see the black. When you overheat or heat up your solder hot, sometimes it squeegees out that little black dye, this plastic stuff, outside of your solder lines. And what the polish does is it eats that up, and the talc, this whiting compound, cleans it all up so that you had crystal clear lines. Okay, so as you push this around, and I'm getting it in the cracks in my lead. Notice my solder is dark. So is my lead. Because if you saw my preceding steps, you see how my secret to keeping patina dark. So as you're pushing around this talc, you're pushing it all over the place. What you want to do, on your other hand, is have a vacuum with a brush on the end, brush attachment. And then you're vacuuming with one hand and you're brushing with the other, so that you're sort of keeping up with it. Otherwise, you're just pushing dust around from one place to another. But if some of you have seen that black fuzziness, it looks fuzzy around your solder lines when you hold it up in the light, this is a great way of getting rid of it. This talc, the polish breaks it down, and the talc helps you get rid of it by acting as a mini abrasive. So you push this all around. At this point, when you say polishing the window isn't shiny. You'll see that the next step is to use your rag. Now, this rag right here, this looks dirty. You're going, yuck, that's a dirty rag. Why would I want to clean a window with that? This is only polish. All this darkness is from the solder, the patina on here. This towel is dirty looking because it is, if you ever rubbed a stained glass window with patina, you'll notice your hands are going to get a little bit stained from the patina. Well, that's what this is. So this is a combination of the patina and polish. I clean windows with this dirty looking rag, and you're going, yeah, right. No, this is a towel from terry cloth towel, just regular towel like this. One of my previous polishing rags was so smooth there was no terry left, no loops. It was kind of funny. So when you, excuse me, Excuse me, had to sneeze. First time in my videos. So now it gets shiny when you hit it with the towel. Well, presumably when you've gotten the dust all cleaned out, now it's shiny. See how shiny that solder is? It's very shiny. The window has a really microscopic fine polymer because of the polish on there, so it preserves the window from oxidation and all the elements for a couple years. Pretty good job. Like polishing your car, when you drive down the road, you'll notice how water beads just bounce right off and everything is good for a while. So this is kind of what's happening here. So going back, I'm going to push all my powder around, and it's cleaning up my window microscopically, and because these little bristles act like little fingers, it's getting in there microscopically in all the cracks and crevices that I couldn't get otherwise. One of the things that people note about my windows is they're absolutely crystal clear. When I hold one of my windows up, it's cool. Okay. So normally, in one hand, I would have the vacuum cleaner with the brush attachment on the end, vacuuming up all this dust as I go. But I want to get the mileage out of this dust, so don't vacuum up the dust ahead of its time. When you're sure that you've gotten all the cracks going with the direction of the glass and everything, when you feel like you've gotten all the polish out of all these little areas, then you vacuum it. Hi, Toth. Here's my Pixie Bob Toth. They all like to show up. When I have a camera in my hand, they love to show up. They like being in my videos. So, another way you can check and see if you've gotten all that polish off next to these lines is holding it up. I could see right here, I could see a little film about a 1/16 of an inch paralleling my solder line. In fact, I can see it on this side as well. So, see how it just magically went away? That's the power of using a brush and this whiting compound. This dust. And this thing is really cheap. This is 1.5 pounds, and that's probably $3-4. So it's really cheap. But it really makes a difference if you want crystal clear, clean looking windows. Otherwise, when you just take and rub it with a rag, all you're doing is, see how you're keeping a line of grunge because you can't get into the with a rag very well. And if you do, and painstakingly take a long time, you see that film all around the edge? You're not able to get it out of the corner. Whereas a brush, see the difference? Gets it. Perfect. Magically cleans those cracks out. So sometimes you get a window, if you have a window hanging in a restaurant or near a kitchen in your own house, or you're a smoker, you've got to take these windows down, go through the steps of washing it, putting on the polish, and cleaning it like this to get the film off. If you don't believe me, check out one of your windows that you think is clean, polish it, and it'll be a difference like this. You'll have a clean area where you just polished it, and your window, what you thought looking clean, it'll look like this compared to that. It's weird. Here you think you're used to seeing it, and you think it's clean, and it ain't. Well, anyway, this video's closing in, so we may save this for the next video, but that's my polishing routine. So see you on the next video. I'm going to show it to you clean and show you what this panel looks like with dichroic glass elements. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.